So hello everyone, this will be my last video with this team. It's the same team as I've been using. I only changed the Fergaraff's item back to the throat spray instead of the safety goggles because I'm really unimpressed with its damage without the throat spray. So if you don't know what throat spray does, every time you use a sound-based move, for example like Hyper Voice, which my Fergaraff runs, it boosts your special attack one stage. Now the purpose of running safety goggles is to deal with Amoonguss. However, when I see Amoonguss, I haven't really been going with my Trick Room mode because Amoonguss is so good at stalling out Trick Room and dealing with Trick Room, and because many of them tear water to deal with Torkoal anyway. So it survives the eruption, puts it to sleep, and then it's the second slowest Pokemon in the format, besides Hatterene. So I went back with Throat Spray so that if I do decide to go with the Trick Room route, we're going all in on damage. And I put Close Combat back on the Tusk. So next video we'll move on to this team here, which is more heat. It's less meta, but it's more fun, so we'll use that team. Let me put this in full screen. And let's get started. I think I figured out how to turn the volume down, so hopefully it's a little bit clearer. Next video, we'll move the song to Team Star's boss theme. I think there's a decent chance we'll face a bunch of Wolfie's team from the Orlando Regional, which is not this. This looks like Screen's bulk up stuff, which is not my favorite archetype in the world. The reason it's not is because I do not have a good way to deal with the Annihilate. Unfortunately, my way of dealing with the screens on the Grimmsnarl is dealt with because they have Annihilate there. So I think my play is Iron Hands, Volcarona. Now, I go Great Tusk in the back because Annihilate often Terra Fires to deal with Pokemon like Volcarona. So if it does that, we can get in Tusk to deal with it. And I think we want to go King Gambit. Now, part of me wants to go all in on Volk and bring Torkoal for the Sun, but that also powers up his own Fluttermane. Now, the reason I think this is bulk up stuff is that I don't see any obvious synergy for Final Gambit for the team. So I think this is, given the Grimmsnarl there, I'm guessing this is bulk up stuff. So they're high on the ladder, and we don't have a great matchup to this because we don't have a great way to break the Annihilate. So we'll see. We'll have to try and play around the best we can. Yep, that's what we expect. So this is going to be a light screen. And a bulk up, probably. So I'm going to fake out the Grimmsnarl so that they have to waste one turn. And then I'm going to Quiver Dance. Now I'm not going to attack the Annihilate because I do not want it to get Rage Fist stacks. So if you don't know, what Rage Fist does is the more times you hit it, the stronger Rage Fist becomes. So I'm going to avoid attacking the Annihilate immediately. The problem is if you do that, it can set up bulk ups for free. So okay, we know it's going to be Terrifier. This is why we brought Great Tusk. Now the problem is if he gets a bulk up here, even Tusk with Headlong Rushes won't kill it. So I might need to consider Terra Grounding. And I assume this is a bulk up. Now what we are going to do is we're going to slow pivot. We are not going to target the Annihilate because we don't want to give it a Rage Fist stack. We're going to protect. He's going to set up Light Screen here. And the subsequent turn he will set up Reflect. So I might Terra Ground and Heat Wave, and hopefully that can kill the So I think he might bulk up again, so I might be punished for this play. Yeah, there it is. So I should have heat waved there for some chip. That was a misplay. The reason I didn't want to heat wave though is because he decides to Rage Fist immediately at +1, and with 100 base power he kills my Volcarona. And I need my Volcarona for the rest of my team. So he's going to reflect, for sure. We Terra Ground to get as much help as we need, because he's at +2 and he's going to get Reflect, which halves damage. So he will almost certainly survive this. So we Terra Ground because we need all the help we can get to deal with damage on that. I don't think this gets close to killing. So basically the Terra Ground mitigates one of the bulk ups. Ooh, just to protect. We'll take that. There's Reflect. They're playing very well. You can tell why they're happy. Now the reason the Protect is good for it there is because now he can double my Tusk in case he thinks I'm Sash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Protect, and I'm going to Heat Wave again. The reason being is that I think he is trying to double target my Tusk. So I'm making a read here, and the other thing about this is that I can also get Sucker Punch priority on the next turn. He doesn't go for this. Oh, I got the read wrong. I assume he has to go for Tusk here. That's not good. Yeah, I just have no way of breaking the Annihilate now. So hopefully he targeted the Tusk. I imagine he didn't if he brought an Arcanine. Well, that did absolutely nothing. That is one bulky Annihilate. So unfortunately, my play of getting rid of Grimmsnarl to get rid of screens just doesn't work because of the Annihilate. I suppose we go for another Quiver Band. You know what we do? We're gonna Protect. Because he's gonna protect his own Annihilate to try and burn my Tusk. We're gonna Quiver Band again. Oh, I forgot I protected last turn. Yeah, this is it. That was not smart. I should always just headlong rush the Arcanine there. So our hope only now to break the Annihilate is a crit. So yeah, there's really nothing I can do now. We'll headlong rush. It's not going to do anything. Protect. And our Sash is broken too, so now the Annihilate. Yeah, that's absolutely pitiful damage. Yeah, so I got killed here. I don't really know what else I can do to deal with the Annihilate. Between the Arcanine and the Grimmsnarl, I just don't have any way to break through it. The Trick Room route might have been the way to go. And that's maybe it's unfortunate I took the safety goggles off the choreograph. and see how little damage it does when it's not effective, even at +2 because of the screens. Yeah, so I'll forfeit this turn. Now my other team has no trouble with Roaring wins that thing up, because it's got a Terra immediately, and we have Spore pressure. So yeah, the play here was to go the Trick Room mode and deal with the Moongus. It looks like they didn't bring a Moongus, so. Yeah, so we got hosed here. Could have brought a Moongus, and I mean, we could have brought the Trick Room mode here, and it would have worked out okay, I think. Trick Room mode does better because Hyper Voice and Psychic can actually do okay damage into Annihilate, and of course Torkoal can always chuck anything. So that's our first battle in these recordings that I've gotten hosed in one. It's not actually all that uncommon. I'm also just not very good at dealing with bulk teams like that. Because I like to play setup mons, and setup mons do not do well against screens. The way to break screens is to either have Pokemon that are good at your own damage mitigation, like your own Arcanine and stuff, or to have a move like Brick Break or Raging Bull, which breaks screens, or Psychic Fangs. Those are all moves that break screens. Effect. So my original Iron Hands had Brick Break, but I thought that generally the slow pivoting was more helpful. Okay, this looks like balanced team. It's got the Amoonguss, unfortunately, so the day I decide to go back to the Throat Spray is the day I really should have safety goggles on it. We always go, this is one of my favorite leads, Iron Hands and Volcarona. We go this lead to deal with the Iron Bundle there, which is going to either be Sash or Booster Energy, neither of which is too big of a problem. I also want to try and scare the Arcanine. So we bring out Tusk, and we bring out Farigiraf. The reason we bring Farigiraf is because of the stupid D-Knight there. So the last couple of videos I faced D-Knight. So D-Knight's whole thing is priority extreme speed, Farigiraf's ability stops priority moves, so. Now, the only problem is I do not have good damage into the Sylveon because I did not bring King Gambit. The reason I didn't bring King Gambit is because of the Iron Hands there. Not good into that, which they will almost certainly bring. So my best damage into Sylveon is my own Tusk and Volcarona. But Volcarona does not do great damage because of Sylveon's very high special defense. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, there's a very passive lead. So the idea of this lead is to do as much damage mitigation and to be annoying as possible. What I'm going to do is I could Terra Grass, fake out. Yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting play. That we Terra Grass here, we fake out the Arcanine, Quiver Dance. The reason I'm doing this is to avoid a spore. And then we can pivot into Tusk. Now the problem is he might spore the Volcarona slot, which would be very good. So honestly, the play was probably fake out. Yeah, that's what it is. That was a dumb move. So the play is always fake out the Amoonguss, just accept that I'm going to get burned on the Iron Hands. And then pivot into Tusk. So we'll see if we can't salvage it. So that was just very, very bad play on my part. I made the way too hard of a read going, thinking they're going to spore my own Iron Hands. So the reason this is bad is that I've burned my terastallization, and I've also burned my I've gotten it burned, and they have Clear Smog. So we're gonna protect. We're gonna Heat Wave. The reason is they're gonna try and wisp my Tusk. Or spore it. So they protected. I'm getting irritated with the amount of Arcanines running Protect these days. They used to not do that last season. Okay, we got the Wake Up. That's good. Given how much damage that did, we get a communication error, which happens a lot, unfortunately. We'll see if it was a Rage Quit or not. So unfortunately, I always used to think this was on my end because it happens so frequently, but they don't. When it happens on your end, they mark off your points. So they didn't mark off. And they didn't give me points, so they it was just a connection issue. Like, I have lots of complaints about Scarlet and Violet. Among them is that the game is just not coded, is not finished being encoded. It just doesn't work a lot of the time. And like, in Sword and Shield, when there are error disconnects, the person who disconnected would be punished. They would lose the game. But there's lots of these cases where nobody gets punished. So this is one of my favorite teams to deal with. This is Alex Len's Liverpool Regionals. This is what I was just talking to Daniel about with. So this is the hardest of hard Trick Rooms. So he's got Final Gambit Scarf on the Annihilate, Life Orb on that Hatterene, Charcoal on the Torkoal, Safety Goggles on the King Gambit, Twisted Spoon to boost psychic damage on the Armor Rouge, and Psychic Seed on the Indeedee. So we have our own Torkoal for Trick Room. The problem is that the Armor Rouge bodies that thing. So we're gonna lead for Rigorath, King Gambit to start. And if he decides... Actually, I'm worried about the King Gambit. I'm worried about the Annihilate Final Gambiting my thing there. I'm going to bring Torkoal even with the Armor Rouge. I'm going to bring Great Tusk. The Sash comes in handy on Great Tusk for these sorts of things. We can switch it in against the Final Gambit, and it will survive on 1 HP. And also, if they do not double it, even though most of this team is entirely spread moves. Indeedee and I. Okay, so this is still final gambit stuff. The Indeedee has Trick Room. So I could obviously reverse Trick Room here. I don't think that's in my benefit, to be honest. So I'm going to Hyper Voice just to get the the special attack boost, and then I'm going to Protect. Now, the reason I'm going to Protect is just in case he decides to go for a fighting move into King Gambit or a Final Gambit slot. My King Gambit is very slow and it underspeeds things like the Armor Rage. So I'm good. I don't think it's really in my benefit to try and reverse Trick Room. So I will take a Final Gambit into the Photograph. Oh, he just follow these. Is this a bluff for bulk up stuff? There's the Final Gambit. And perfect. He Final Gambited into my King Gambit. So we're gonna get the special attack boost. So those Indeedee's very, very bulky because of that. We're going to Psychic there, so he's got to follow me. So he's got... So he's locked into Final Gambit. Do I want to give up the King? I really need the King Gambit. I'm going to switch to this. So you think this would be Follow Me, Final Gambit. Oh, there's the Trick Room. So the bright side is we still have our... Oh, just a dazzle. So he still hasn't put Trick Room up. And he's traded his Annihilate for my Choreograph. We're gonna go on the offense here. The logic behind this play is that if he Armor Cannons trying to kill my whatchamacallit, King Gambit, I will survive, and we have another disconnect. So you would think this is an issue with me, given how often this happens. But they're not taking points away from me. And this has happened both here in Ohio and at home. So... Okay, this is pretty much the exact same style of team as I just played. This is super, super duper hard Trick Room. It seems like a variation of one of the teams that was at the Orlando Regional. So, they have two ways of getting Trick Room up. They have Follow Me Trick Room with Indeedee Hat, and they have Fake Out Trick Room with Iron Hands Hatterene. So we're going to bring our own Torkoal in the back, of course. And we're going to lead... Do I want to lead King Gambit? I think I do. So we're going to lead Iron Hands for sure so that we can pivot into we're gonna try and murder the Iron Hands right at the beginning. Now, who else will we do? Maybe Farigiraf? Farigiraf handles psychics, okay. But we also want something. Sure, we'll go with this. Not terrible. So I will let him set Trick Room. And I'm going to Volt Switch to pivot into Torkoal. I'm going to Headlong Rush. Now, honestly, I hope this does not kill. Perfect, that shouldn't kill. It could. Because we do not want them to get a switch into their own Torkoal. And you're kidding me. That is a case of unlucky crit. So we'll bring in our Torkoal here. Now this is why Pokemon is such an RNG machine too. He's gonna set Trick Room, and then it's gonna be a battle of our Torkoals. And presumably we are both min speed 0 IVs, which I am. I presume he is too. Becomes a speed type. So the reason I did not want to kill the Hatterene, Indeedee, is I wanted to leave it very low, and the Headlong Rush did way more damage than I was expecting. So we're just gonna have to Terrafire. Now you could play it safe, and you could go for the Heat Wave here. Because he is going to try. You know what? Let's play for Go Big. They're better than me, right? Let's go for the Eruption, and let's go for the Earthquake. So we're gonna kill our own Pokemon, and we have our own Iron Hands in the back. The logic behind this play is that he's got to try and target my Torkoal with the Hatterene. So he's gonna Psychic into there, and it'll take a double to kill my Torkoal. So we win a speed tie. So this play doesn't happen now. But that's okay. So he banked on not winning the speed tie. So I just the idea with that was that even if I lose the speed tie, since they've got to target my Torkoal, I'm going to kill both of them anyway. So today has not been my day of making good plays, but the logic there is if I lose the speed tie... Oh, we have Farigiraf too. We got him. So we'll bring in Farigiraf first. The reason being is that Iron Hands could be useful when Psychic Terrain ends and we can Fake Out. And also we can reverse Trick Room here. Yeah, actually. I am going to reverse Trick Room here. And the reason I'm going to do that is, despite my Farigiraf being faster, the reason I'm going to do this is my Tusk can kill that, depending on the Terra type. So I'm going to Trick Room. hopefully he's Terra Steel. Iron Hand should be able to deal with this too. Yep, he's Terra Steel, so we made the right play. So my Great Tusk always outspeeds Goldingo. I should survive this. I am max HP. Yeah, easily. And now he's -1, and so now he can't break through Iron Hands. So we just sidekick. So Great Tusk put in work that game. We got a little lucky with the speed tie win. Actually, we got very lucky with the speed tie win. Being able to just murk the Hatterene. So like I said, my Earthquake play was intended that if I lose the speed tie, I still chunk the Torkoal. And the Hatterene almost certainly targets my Torkoal with Psychic to kill it. Because otherwise you would lose to if I win the next speed tie. And so the idea was that hopefully I chunk them both and then the EQ can pick up the double knockout. So that was the idea behind Earthquaking there. And if that happens and Earthquake does get the double knockout, we're in the same position we are at the end of that game. So we'll do one more because we've had a lot of disconnects. Okay, 6157. Corviknight. Corviknight's such a cool Pokemon, it just plays an archetype I hate. So we have the stupid main, the common metacore of Hands, Bundle, Arcanine, Amoonguss. Typical Fire, Water, Grass core with Fake Out. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this one differently than we did last time. So we're still going to go with this combination. And we're going to play better. And we're going to go all in on Volcarona. So we're going to bring the Torkoal to boost up our Heat Waves. We're going to bring Tusk back. So we are all in on Volk. So even if the Corviknight is Terra Dragon, if we get the Quiver Dance up and we get to the Sun and we get Helping Hand, we are chunking that thing massively. That is the logic there. I suspect he leads the Amoonguss Arcanine lead again. The reason they lead that is to try and deal with the Fake Out Trick Room route, which is why it was dumb of me to take the Throat Spray on Farigiraf when I had Safety Goggles before. But the reason I took it off is because the last couple of matches we were not bringing Farigiraf for Trick Room, and was not coming in. Okay, so they still brought their Trick Room. So we have knowledge they don't, which is that I am Covert Cloak, so they'll probably fake out my Volcarona, and if that's the case, I will not be affected. And there's my very much hated, but this is good and bad. So there's the good. Hopefully we get a burn. Any burns in chat, as Wolfie would say. So we're going to protect here. So he's going to burn my Iron Hands. I don't care about that. We are going all in on Volcarona. Iron Hands' job is to fake out. And we're going to pivot into Great Tusk. Yep, that's what we expect, and then this should be a wild charge into Volcarona. Thunder Punch, same deal. I should be able to take one of them. Now we bring in our boy the Tusk. We have a choice on who to Headlong Rush. We're going to Headlong Rush Iron Hands, because presumably its Assault Vest doesn't have Protect. And if he does decide to Terra into a Grass type, the Heat Wave does way more damage, and I should be able to break through his team. So there's a good chance this is it. He's just going to give me hands. Oh no. He's running fast Arcanine. That's not good. That is not good at all. So I am max speed Jolly on the boss. We take that. That was big. So we're going to Earthquake here. Your chip on both. We're going to Protect. Let's see if he's Extreme Speed. If he's Extreme Speed, I should have Headlong Rushed. Yep. So, Tusk, I need this to kill, buddy. Are you kidding me? Might as well EQ again. Yeah, this is wild. It's just hard to make calls on some things. So we're burned on both of these Pokemon. So it won't do much damage to my Tusk. So Volcarona is worth preserving because we still have Torkoal and Sun that can do a lot of damage. And plus it's my main way of dealing with that. That did absolutely nothing to my... Okay, there. It's just the... little damage thing. So there's... This is still doable. It's just that my very slow Torkoal is now my main source of damage. There's the Iron Hands. So his Amoonguss is actually pretty worthless here. Who to fake it? I could EQ again. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm going to EQ. I'm going to fake out. Assume this is Corviknight. Could have got one crushed. Iron Bundle. Oh, this is actually looking great. We would love to see that. And it's not Sash. Well, Sash didn't matter. It's going to get EQ'd here. And he's faster, unfortunately. But even with the burn, I think my Iron Hands is in a very good spot. We're going to headlong rush this. No, we're going to double the bundle. Actually. So if bundle goes down, we can win easily. Terra Ice. Terra Ghost. Now that is bizarre. Okay, it's actually good they don't get a Mungus in here. Now we can't go Volk, unfortunately, because it's faster. We're going to Terra Fire. We're going to need to hit a Heat Wave. That should kill both of them, and we need to survive the double up. So, who is the bigger threat here? Which one is less likely to go down? They double target. Well, if the Iron Bundle doesn't go down, we lose the game. So, I mean, we might as well hope for a crit, if that's the case. So Torkoal's going to need to survive this double up from the Hydro Pump and the Drain Punch. There's also always a good chance Hydro Pump misses because that move sucks. It's a good... We don't want... That did more damage than it should have. They played that well. What I should have done is Volt switched. Because what he's going to do now is just Spore my Torkoal and Hydro Pump it. So we're going to have to get lucky to win. So what he's going to do is Hydro Pump the Coal. That's what he should do, at least. I think that's a misplay. Because if I get a one-turn Wake Up, he's cooked. I think Eruption's a little bit stronger, actually. So what's probably actually, we should do it in case. So he's got to target my Volcarona, right? Otherwise, I just heat wave. That's what the Amogus is doing. So if I get the one-turn wake up here or a double protect, I can win. Never mind. He just let me win if I had heat waved. That was a hard read, I guess. Now presumably freeze dry KOs. Not risk the Hydro Pump miss. No! Holy cow. If we get a double... And of course we miss. Are you kidding me? I hate life sometimes. I hate this game sometimes. So I do not agree with their play at all to go after the Torkoal there. Because if I heat wave there, if I just heat wave with both of them, and I get a one-turn wake up, I win too. So I disagree with their play there. I'll play one more because I'm upset that they tossed and they gave me a chance to win and it came. And we got RNG'd against. Dondozo, my hated. And this is our Trick Room game. We bring in the same team we always do for Trick Room. But Kayla and Kyle know that I complain about RNG a lot in Pokemon. And obviously you can always play better. There's consistency is set so high at the top level. But I've on recording 3 videos, and that's already 2 games where the impact has been affected greatly because of that sort of RNG shenanigan. We just gotta hope here they are not taunt or imprison. That's really all we can do. If you lead Fluttermane, that always makes me suspect you are taunt or imprison. Is this Terra Ghost on the Brute Bonnet? It is. This is why Open Team Sheet is so good for tournament play. You just can't guess what random Terra is. So they're going to put my Pokemon to sleep. So this is why I absolutely should have put safety goggles. And the game's over. Turn 1. Now he can put my Iron Hands to sleep if he would like. We're gonna Terra Grass though to ignore the Rage Powder. We're gonna rid of the Fluttermane, and we're gonna keep clicking Trick Room. If you play with sleep, you play the RNG game of when you wake up. We're Terra Grassing to avoid spores or Rage Powders and to take less damage from the Dazzling. Yep, there's the spore. And I assume they're Sash. Yeah. We got a 1-turn wake up. We're in great shape though. So please Frigoraph. There we go. We just need... We don't need either of these. Those guys are here. Because I can't Hyper Voice because I can't hit either of them. Because Flutter Mane protects. So that's why we always target the blue line. Let him kill one, so we get a free switch in the cold. We're still packing plenty of Trick Room turns. So we don't have a Terra, which is very unfortunate for Volcarona and the Dondozo. That's probably in the back. They also might have Sucker Punch. And because of that... Oh, they can't Sucker Punch. I've got Furry on board. And, no point clicking anything. Might as well Hyper Voice, just in case they switch in Dondozo. And they get a double protect. My RNG is not good. So I'm gonna burn one of my Trick Room turns because the Flutter Mane gets a double protect, which is a 30% chance. The idea of double protecting, I think, is just problematic in and of itself. So he's gonna save the Flutter Mane. This is what I hate about Dondozo. I just gotta play this guessing game of whether or not the Tatsugiri switches out. I mean, whether the Flutter Mane switches out or not. So we're gonna have to clear Smog. We're gonna make the guessing is going to do that. And how much health do I have? Ooh, with the Frigoraph. We're gonna clear Smog. No Psychic. The problem is with the clear Smog is I have to do it because I need to remove the boost. It's just unkillable otherwise. The problem is that now when you take away the boost, it underspeeds Frigoraph, so it goes first in Trick Room. We have to make the exact same play. There's really nothing we can do. There's Smog. It's not Terra Steel. That's nice. Oh, it's a very fast on mode, though. Excellent. So there's a chance for Igor to survive this. Easily, goodness. And now this is also what I hate about Dondozo. I've successfully neutered the Dondozo. But he was, well, yeah. fastest thing on the field, so it doesn't matter. That's a crit on the Torkoal. Fuck is that? I guess it was low damage roll the first time. And we miss Heat Wave. Oh, never mind. That's here. How many turns of Sun do I got left to work with? This last turn. I'm gonna Heat Wave. I'm gonna have to Quiver Dance because otherwise I cannot beat Pokemon he has in the back. So this is my least favorite part about Dumbo. Is that even after you deal with the Dondozos, you still have to deal with the Tatsugiri because it does not die with it. It comes out onto the field. I didn't need to do the helping hand. I did that because I was debating whether or not it was worth breaking a potential sash on the Tatsugiri. Well, what I can do now is I can guarantee this Tatsugiri goes down if it's Scarf. And we'll find out if it's Scarf if it goes ahead of me. It does, it is Scarf. He misses the Volcarona. It wouldn't have done. We had this game sealed though. The double up does not KO because I'm at +1, so that didn't mistake. Now it will. So now what we do is we have to go for Heat Wave. Because we outspeed the Flutter Mane. So if we don't miss a Heat Wave, we should win. That's a crit, I'm guessing. And we get lucky in return. So the double up might have killed there. Because that did way more damage than I thought. But what we can do now is we got a little justice for the RNG previously as we can protect on the burn. So you can see that RNG works both ways. But I feel bad for my opponent there. Actually, I do not feel bad. You're playing Don by the You get what you deserve. But that Muddy Water did way more damage than I was expecting. Which is why I like to try and use my Terra, save my Grass Terra for the Volcarona in those situations. But okay, that'll be it with this team. We won the majority, which is good. Only got washed once. We got unlucky. We got lucky a little bit today. But today's video at least got to show that I don't care what people say about Pokemon and RNG. There's so much competitive consistency at the top. This game is absolutely infuriating a lot of the time. So we're staying in the 1,500 area, which is fine. When I play lots of matches in a row, I typically don't even go that much lower than top 1,000. I usually try and stay between 500 and 1,000 when I'm being serious. I play lots of matches a day, but I think it's much healthier for my mentality that I do not do that. I think the 3 games a day is good enough. and it allows me to have more fun, and it also allows me that when the RNG days happen like this one, like I'm inconsolable, lots of raging and stuff. So that was today's. I'll play a new team next time, and I'll hopefully have a microphone next time instead too.